We have gone from food insecurity crisis to food insecurity emergency. That's where we feel like we are right now.
For the first time in U.S. history, federal funding for the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, has been cut mid-year, leaving thousands of Athens families relying on benefits without the support they depend on. Local nonprofits say they've never seen demand like this.
Unloading groceries is a thoughtless weekly chore for many of us, but for 17% of Athens families, cuts to SNAP benefits means keeping these bags filled is becoming a daily struggle.
Organizations like City of Refuge Athens are on the front lines trying to keep up with a flood of requests. Even before sunrise, the need is clear in the lines of cars.
It starts at 10. We had to start early due to the quantity of cars in line. And I got here at 6:30 this morning and there were 7 cars in line. It's crazy. We are going to serve well over 300 families this morning.
The impact extends beyond one day of distribution. City of Refuge Athens handles the Food for Kids programs in Athens-Clarke and Madison County schools, and the need there is skyrocketing.
We've seen requests at about 20 to 23% increase, which is significant for us. The numbers last week for kids' bags went up by a little over 200 bags. This week it was about another 100.
Food banks aren't alone in feeling the strain. At Mercy Health Clinic, a nonprofit that provides food through its free Mercy Market, the story is much the same.
Most of the patients that we're seeing are saying, hey, can I stop by the market? And that was not necessarily true before this month. And I would estimate more than half of our patients are on some form of SNAP benefits.
For many struggling families, SNAP benefits were the only pathway to healthy, preventative food options, helping them manage chronic conditions like diabetes. Now, advocates worry that without consistent access to nutritious food, the consequences could reach far beyond the dinner table.
I think that there are going to be long-term health outcomes that are experienced because of this shutdown, but I also think that when children don't have the food that they need at home to go to school, when people don't have the food that they need at home to go to work, not only are they creating unhealthy bodies, there's missed opportunities when you're not feeding a child nutritious food at home.
For organizations like City of Refuge, the crisis became personal last week. Rushing recalled a heartbreaking moment when a neighbor arrived on a non-distribution day, begging for food after discovering an elderly grandmother raising her 8-year-old granddaughter was entirely out of groceries due to SNAP cuts.
That was like heartbreak for us to know that if the neighbor had not went and checked, that 8-year-old daughter could have come home from school that day after having free breakfast and free lunch, and grandma had nothing to cook for her for dinner.
Rushing said what haunts him most is that this is just one of many similar cases. And with court rulings still uncertain, organizations are bracing for the need to continue through the holidays.
We feel like the need is still going to be there through the holidays. It's tough that this has happened, but we feel like it's doubly tough that it happened during the holiday season because families are trying to gear up for Christmas, and now they're struggling just trying to make sure they have food in the home for their families.
As Athens nonprofits work to keep families fed through the holidays, the question remains, how long can they sustain this unprecedented demand? For Grady Newsource, I'm Eva Dignan.